So I realized my last video was 8 minutes long, and I think that's a little long. If I expect anybody to actually be able to sit through one of these, I don't know if I do. And I also had the thought that maybe I should start editing them, but I think if they're going to serve their purpose of relieving stress and giving me someone to talk to, then that extra step of editing is just going to take all the fun out of it. It's just easier if I can just film, render, upload, the basics. So I guess today I wanted to talk about the difficulties of sort of analyzing gender binary, because that's what's on my mind. I'm taking a writing course, and we break up into small groups and read each other's material to help us out, and one of the girls in my small group is a sociologist studying gender relations, and her particular focus right now is the gender disparity in the hard sciences, both in academia, in the real world, in public schools, and trying to figure out why there are more men than women in the hard sciences, and if we can do something about it, what should we do? What kind of solutions are there to that situation? And she raised a really interesting point in her paper that I read for this week, which was that people who believe that the reason that there are more men than women in the hard sciences is that the hard sciences require logical thinking, logical problem solving, and that men are biologically better at logical problem solving. Women are biologically better at relational problem solving, and so then men are biologically better at science and at math. And she raised an interesting point, is that people who use that or who believe that argument tend to use the SATs as evidence. Males statistically, on average, score higher than females on the math and science portions of the SAT. And what I found was interesting was her point that men write the SATs. And it got me thinking, even if men and women are biologically different in the way that we approach critical thinking and problem solving, if men write the SATs, then they're writing tests that will be easier to take for other men. Throw out the window better or worse at critical thinking, but more tailored to their own style of thinking. Men writing tests that are easier taken by men, and if women were writing the tests, maybe women would do better. I don't know. And then she offers the other point that says that it may be that men and women are not biologically predisposed to relational or logical thinking, but that they're socially conditioned, which I think is the larger point of sort of modern sort of academic feminism or constructionist theory, which is to suggest that there are things that have long been believed to be biologically determined relationships or social roles that may be socially constructed, that they're artificial, that we think of women as caregivers and men as having maybe more logical thought, and that those may in fact be social categories that are artificial. They're not based on biology, that they're based on cultural things that we've inherited and that have grown over time, and they may have a basis, a root in biology, but because of things like technology and cultural development over the last 3,000 years, we don't need to be constrained by those sort of biological limitations anymore, and we should adopt a society that is more universal and has more equality among individuals, which I think would be a good thing, because like I said in the last video, we're all people. It's just us, on Earth. That's all we've got is other people, and we're not that different, and we should remember that.